poking me in the butt, and I am not a fan of that at all. Ow. Hey makeup friends, today we're going to be taking a look at some items that have just been released and some that are yet to arrive on the scene. Before we get into that though, I want to welcome you back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome. My name is Kara, I am a 40-year-old professional and a mother of 2, and I have a massive love of makeup. It's my happy place, it's my escape, it's where I get to have a little bit of me time. On my channel here, we like to mix beauty, brains, and the occasional F-bomb. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, just keep watching. Now, the more astute of you will have noticed there are some changes going on over here. I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit, so there it is. I hope you enjoy. It's largely going to be covered by pictures throughout this video, but you can see it now at any rate. Alright, so I have gone through my favorite Instagram accounts for new makeup releases. I'm going to link them in the description box down below, so feel free to go and check that out. I have saved them on Instagram, so we're just going to breeze through them. I'm going to try not to take up too much of your time today, but we do have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. The first one here is from Revlon, and this is the Colorstay Light Cover Foundation. It says it has a natural finish, an SPF of 34, and it claims to last 12 hours on the skin. So far, all of this is sounding right up my alley, I will say. Now, I have never tried any foundations from Revlon. In fact, I don't think I've tried an awful lot of anything from Revlon, to be honest. But I really like the packaging on this. I like that it's a little squeeze bottle. But I like what it says. I like it's an effortless long wear fluid foundation with buildable coverage. Looks flawless and feels fresh for 12 hours. It's lightweight, evens out the complexion with a range of adaptable shades that disappear into most skin tones. It retails for $14 US. It's available in 12 shades. Now, far be it for me to talk about shade ranges in too much depth because, I mean, given what's going on here, let's be honest, I can find my shade in any foundation range. But I will say when it is light coverage as this claims to be, those shades do tend to be a little bit more forgiving, so you don't need as wide of a shade range. So all I can say is just from looking at the swatches that they've included in this picture that it does look like there is a good option there, assuming that those shades are forgiving for a couple of shades on either side of it. But again, that's not really for me to comment on for those with deeper skin tones. We've got a ton of eyeshadow palettes here to talk about, so let's dive into them. The first one I have saved here is this one from Suva. Now they have just pushed the launch on this one, which frankly I think makes sense. If they aren't able to satisfy what they anticipate their order load to be, I think it makes sense. So this is the Magic Ecstasy palette. It has a row of mattes and a row of pressed glitters. Now I will say I tend not to be a huge pressed glitter fan, although I'm not like personally affronted by them like some people are, but from what I can see in the pictures that they've included, these look pretty stellar. This palette on a whole looks beautiful. I love the color selection. If those pressed glitters really are as dimensional as the pictures make it look, it's going to be fantastic. I want to wait for reviews on this though, because I want to hear how those pressed glitters perform, because I'm always a little gun shy of them. So I'm going to wait to see, but I really like what's going on in that palette. All right, I'm just gonna throw this one up quickly and then we're gonna move past it. So James Charles is teasing with this picture saying I'm wearing pickups. What? Products from my makeup line in the Vogue photos. Okay, first, he was in Vogue? Ugh, that's just annoying. I personally am not one bit interested. Like, not even a little bit. I don't jive with him. I'm certainly not his demographic. If you're interested in this, that's fantastic. Whatever, to each their own, but for me, I'm not even remotely interested in whatever it is that he has to release. But looking at this picture and looking how very rainbow-esque it is, it now makes sense why he lost his mind when other brands were releasing rainbow palettes. And that just seems a little bratty to me. Okay, Moving on from there, this palette is available now. This is the Equalizer palette, volume 2 from Sample Beauty. And you can buy them, I believe, on Beauty Bay. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can buy them on Beauty Bay. Let me say, the palette looks beautiful. The color story is something that I'm really drawn to. I really like those like rich, warm tones, and then the like greenish olive colors. There's a mustard in it. You know I'm going to go for the mustard. I love the mustards. It's just that it's a lot. It's a really big palette. And I do not tend to gravitate towards really big palettes. I do have some, but I don't feel like I need any more. And although I do love this color story, I do have these shades a multitude of times over, so I'm not overly drawn to this. I haven't tried anything from Sample, have I? No. No, I haven't. So if you have, please let me know in the comments down below what you think of their quality and what your experience has been like using their products. I think this looks really pretty, to be honest. It's just not something that I need, and therefore I am not going to buy it, but I really enjoy looking at the picture of it. This is another picture that I'm just going to sort of put up, and then we're going to move past it. This is the Blood Money collection from Jeffree Star. It is available now both on his site and on Beautylish. If you are in Canada, you can purchase it from Eleganza as well. I believe it's eleganza.ca, and it saves on the shipping costs for you, and of course there's no duties as well. It's not something that I'm going to buy. I have decided not to support this brand. I have in the past. I'm not going to going forward, at least until I determine that there has been some significant change in behavior and attitude, but I do know that other people are interested in this. So I am going to continue to mention these in these videos, but we're not going to spend a ton of time on it. So let's move on to the next product. And that is going to be this one here from Huda Beauty. This is the Gold Obsessions palette. I believe that this is exclusive to Cult Beauty because it's celebrating their 5-year anniversary with Cult Beauty. It's retailing for £27 and it is limited edition. I think it looks beautiful. I mean, Huda, for the life of her, cannot back away from those rose tones. She cannot. But I happen to really like rose tones, so I'm not mad about that. I think this looks stunning. The outer packaging is fucking goals. Like, it is gorgeous. I've never shopped from Cult Beauty, but I think I might for this palette because it is just so incredibly pretty. All right, one that I am just kind of like, huh? And I might be in the minority on this one, but Wayne Goss's new palette. This is the Pearl Moonstone palette. It's available now on Beautylish. I just don't get it. I mean, I've seen looks being done with it and they turn out beautifully, but for me, it's just not an inspiring palette. With the exception of the sparkly blue. Like, I'd cover my whole face in the sparkly blue. I think it's beautiful. But the rest of it just doesn't do it for me. And I know, like, when he first launched his first palette, he was saying he was going to put a black in every palette, and then he heard the feedback on it and said he wasn't going to do that, and here we have a palette with a black in it. Likely what I think happened was this one was already in works when he decided not to continue adding blacks, so this one kind of snuck through, and the next one probably won't have a black shadow in it. But I have his original palette. It has a very large pan of a very good black in it. I don't need another one. And for a color story that I just kind of, it just doesn't inspire me. I don't think that I can pull out enough variation of looks with this palette to justify the cost for it. Now, not only do we have a new product to talk about, but we have a whole new brand to talk about. This is Jamie Genevieve's line called Vieve. And I hopped on the internets and I purchased the palette and one of the lipsticks immediately upon seeing this picture. It looks so beautiful. It looks so like classy and elegant. Those lipsticks give me Tom Ford vibes. I wanted to buy one of the highlighters, but they didn't have the lightest shade, and I thought that the medium one would be too deep on me, so I'll have to put a pin in that one for now, but I think this just looks so very elegant and beautiful. I'm so excited to try it out. And I just want to take a little sidebar to say, like, New brands can do very well. I placed my order and within, I would say about an hour or two, I had a notification that my order was in the warehouse, and then by the end of that day, I had the shipping notification. Like, kudos to you, Jamie Genevieve. That is how you do it. I'm not going to name names, but there are some other influencer brands that have just sort of recently launched products, and their shipping times were disappointing, shall we say? Another one that I am so excited to get my hands on. This one is the collaboration between Raw Beauty Kristi and Colourpop. It's so incredibly beautiful. I love this so much. So I didn't buy the entire set. I did buy the palette, so it's called At Forest Sight. I bought the palette. I bought one of the Super Shock shadows. I believe it was Like a Moss. I bought that, and I bought the liner set as well. Everything about this, I don't know what it is. Just looking at this color story, the way the shades are laid out in the palette, it just like relaxes me somehow. I don't know, maybe it's the artwork, maybe I'm just a giant nerd, I don't know. But either way, I'm gonna wear it proudly. I think this is so beautiful. I'm so happy to support Raw Beauty Kristi. I think she's just such a gem here on this platform, and I'm so happy for her. All right, taking a step away from palettes, I just have a little bit of a bone to pick with MAC. So they have released these little holiday sets. I'm on board. I like the packaging. I think it's pretty. I like that it's purple. I like that it's got this like prismatic thing going on. I dig it. What I don't dig is that I own every single one of these shades. MAC, stop doing this shit. Stop re-promoting the exact same shades over and over again. So in the Singles Day Lipstick Bestseller Kit, you get Chili, Ruby Woo, and Velvet Teddy. And in the other kit, the Singles Day Classic Kit, you get the lipstick in Sea Sheer, the eyeshadow in Omega, and you get an Extra Dimension mascara in 3D Black. I have all 4 of those lipsticks. That's a lie. I don't think I have Ruby Woo anymore. I'm pretty sure I decluttered it because it was like 5 years old. I'm pretty sure. I filmed a whole declutter series, so you're gonna have to wait for that, but it is coming, and I'm pretty sure Ruby Woo got the axe. But I'm not gonna buy a trio of lipsticks just to replace one. As pretty as the packaging is, I'm not. So like, Matt, please stop doing that. It just drives me bananas. Every year they do this. They're like, look, it's our new holiday collection. And it's not, it's just new packaging. So like, please stop. Please stop. What I think MAC should do is sort of like how Guerlain has like the different cases that the lipsticks go in. Do that, MAC. Just have different like lipstick case options. And then people can just pick the lipstick that they want and the case that they, you know what I mean? Like, because clearly they have no objection to just creating new packaging all over the place, but they're reluctant to create new shades. So that could be the best of both worlds for everybody. Or perhaps not, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Let's stick with lips for one more minute because there are some new lip products coming from Charlotte Tilbury and they look tantalizing. These are so pretty. What are they? They are the, oh, god damn it, Glowgasm. Stop that. Just stop that. We don't need that. Let NARS have the gasms. Just let NARS be over there just gasming their faces off. We don't need to do that, especially not you, Charlotte. You're classier than that. Come on, darling, you can do better. Anyways, these are lip balms, limited edition. There's only 2, but the light pink one with sparkle is up to shop. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, it's up to shop? Like it's up on the website? Because then it's immediately followed by coming soon. I don't know. I'm not vested enough to pop over to the website and see, but these are pretty. Ooh, I am excited about this next one. So this is the Abh Vault for this year for Black Friday. They've included Sultry. So if you didn't get your hands on Sultry when it came out, what was it, Christmas of, was it 2018? Oh my gosh, that seems like so long ago. I think it was 18 though. Anyways, if you missed the Sultry boat, pay attention. because you can get it now. So it is in a vault, which means you can't just get it on its own. That's kind of a pain in the dick, but you know what, here we are. So what does it include? What does it say? A limited edition set containing sultry eyeshadow palette, a full-size liquid liner, which by the way, is the most underrated liquid liner out there. It is so good. So good. I talk about it all the time. I love it. Anyway, so you get the palette, the liquid liner, you get a full-size Lash Brag volumizing mascara. I can't talk about that because I haven't tried it. And an eye primer deluxe sample inside a Luxe collector's case. Available beginning November 22nd at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on their website and at Ulta and Sephora. But I was really excited to talk about that because I love the sultry palette. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And I kept saying, they need to bring it back, they need to bring it back, and they have, so you're welcome, masses. That was entirely because of me. I expect my royalty check in the mail any day now. I'm being sarcastic. Now this one we're going to have to wait until spring of 2021 for, but nonetheless, I am excited. This is a collaboration between Temptalia and Sydney Grace, and it's going to include 3 12-pan palettes. So there's going to be the Quintessence palette, which is an ode to sky and space, the On the Horizon palette featuring grungy, earthy neutrals, yes please, and the Radiant Reflection palette, which is going to be a colorful jewel-toned rainbow, which again, yes please. And this was, I saw this on Indie Makeup Spotlight, so Amy says, are you excited? Yes, yes I am. So then let's talk about Clionadh. They're coming out with new products, and already my bank account is quivering because it knows it's going to take a hit because Clionadh, oh my gosh, just these 3 swatches here. I'm like, yes, please. All over my body. Just bathe me in Clionadh and call it a day. These look so beautiful. So these are going to be upcoming in 2021. There's really not a lot of information yet. There's going to be a new charity project. There's going to be a collaboration palette, new standard shadows, and new stained glass collection multi-chromes as well. I am here for it. Now let me tell you, everybody goes on about their multi-chromes because they're amazing, but their regular shadows are not to be slept on either. They are so good. The mattes, beautiful, absolutely impeccable. Their shimmer shadows, equally good. I am stoked to see what they're doing, and I'm really excited to see who they're collaborating with, to see what that palette looks like. Last item. I'm including this just for some tongue-in-cheek humor because it's called the You're the Shit palette. It's a holiday release called You're the Shit. What? It's from Selena Spooky Boo. I am not familiar, but I dig her sense of humor. Shade names include Ring of Fire, Corn? When? Ask Goblin, and let's see, Shits and Giggles. And frankly, take all that aside, the color story is pretty cool. I'm digging the color story. But I got a giggle out of that. I thought that was really hilarious. And the cover art, like, are you kidding me? Come on. That's adorable. That's absolutely adorable. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I'd love to hear from you down below. Which items are you excited about? Which ones are you like, no, that's an easy no for me? I love hearing from you guys about that kind of thing down below, so have at her. But in the meantime, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.